Marvin Heemeyer is no hero. He is a man who snapped, built a so-called Killdozer, and then destroyed more than a dozen buildings in the picturesque town of Granby.
That was in 2004, and it's a miracle the only person who died in Heemeyer's rampage was Heemeyer himself. But tonight, his story is headed to the big screen, a decision that upsets many who believe he shouldn't get the Hollywood treatment for such a heinous crime.
Denver 7's Jason Grenauer takes us behind the scenes.
8,000 feet, 2,000 people.
Granby, Colorado is usually like this, quiet. But on June 4th, 2004,
It's always in the back of everybody's minds here.
it was the opposite.
How many times has anybody armored a 65-ton bulldozer, turned it into an 85-ton tank, and tried to destroy a town?
Marvin Heemeyer, upset over what he perceived as wrongful treatment by the town and his neighbors, armored and armed this bulldozer.
There is a bulldozer over at Mountain Park Concrete destroying their buildings. It's destroying the building.
He knocked out 13 buildings. Most of those were completely destroyed. So I don't know if you could say half the town, a third of the town maybe. He was basically unstoppable and impregnable in that tank. June 4th, 2004.
Patrick Brower was the publisher of the local newspaper at the time. He wrote the book Killdozer based on what happened.
Enough is enough. I'm not going to take it anymore.
The story of Marv Heemeyer is now a full-length documentary called Tread.
There's sort of an implicit character question. Who would make that machine?
My name is Marvin Heemeyer.
The film begins with and uses Marv's own words left behind on hours worth of tapes.
No one realized how distorted it was becoming.
Plus interviews from the small mountain community.
From the people whose livelihoods were destroyed by Heemeyer to the people who loved Heemeyer the most and continued to support him.
911, what is your emergency?
And that latter group is fairly large online. Those who sympathize with the man who drove through, ran over, and shot at this town until breaking down and taking his own life.
And they think of Marv as the little itty-bitty guy who fought back at government, it got in their way.
Many comments on the movie trailer's YouTube page even call Marv a hero.
His intent was certainly to maim and kill.
Former SWAT Commander Grant Whitus responded to the bulldozer call that day. He had differing thoughts on Heemeyer and the movie's trailer.
To glamorize what he did and the way he did it for the reason he did it, I think is horrible.
Whitus did not have any role in the film and cautioned against sympathy for the man who did this.
There was no glamour in it, and it was certainly just domestic terrorism.
His anger and his act was completely unwarranted and unjustified.
Brower, who was in one of the buildings that was destroyed, agrees, but also believes this movie was worth making.
Because it's just a spectacular, crazy story. Simple.
This story deserves to be told in a way that is objective and comprehensive and truthful to the community.
Tread will be in several Denver area theaters and one in Grand County later this month. In Granby, Colorado, I'm Jason Grenauer, Denver 7.